Hello, everybody. What we're going to learn about today is actually two things, two really small things. So I don't think it's going to be a long lesson. I think it's probably going to be one of the shorter ones, actually. We're going to learn about metric units of capacity. Now, if you remember, it's metric units of capacity. So um, that is the way that they measure capacity or volume liquid just about everywhere else in the world with the exception of the United States. Here we use the customary units of capacity. So we're going to learn about metric units of capacity, and then we're also going to learn about the metric units of mass. Remember, mass is if in science, if we have a balance, which one's heavier, which way is balance from this. So it's going to be metric units of mass. So let's start out with metric units of capacity. We only have two things when we talk about metric units of capacity that we're going to learn about today. That is liters and milliliters. Now let me show you an example of what 2 liters look like. Not just one, this is 2 liters. You guys probably have seen this before, if not in your house, at the grocery store. So you can see that I'm almost done with my 2-liter bottle of Diet Ginger Ale. And this would be about this would be 1 liter. It looks a little bit bigger because it has a lot of insulation in here, but this is actually 1 liter. You see the difference there. So it's not too huge, but it's not real small either. That would fill that, a liter would fill me up for quite a while. And then you have your milliliter. Your milliliter, you've seen me take sips of milliliters all year long. So right now, I don't want to spill it, but I have a piping hot cup of coffee here. I'm going to take probably about a milliliter worth of sip. Hot. Burn my tongue a little bit, but just that little bit to burn my. That's good, by the way, too. Just a little bit that burned my tongue a little bit. That's about a milliliter. So a milliliter is about the amount of ink that you have in a pen. Maybe about the amount of a little bit more than I bet we'll just keep it at that. A sip that burnt my mouth, and about the amount that's in a pen, whereas a liter is more like this. That would really burn my mouth. Drank that real fast. So let's take a look. Like I said, metric units of capacity, 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Take 1,000 sips of that hot coffee in order for me to finish up something like this right here. That's about right, too. Okay. Now, we're also going to learn about units of mass, as you can see down here. So units of mass, forget about the liters and the milliliters now. Now we're going, again, mass. If we're in science and we had a balance like this, what would weigh more? Would a gram weigh more, a milligram, or a kilogram? So the basic unit of metric unit of mass is the gram. The gram. And a gram is not a lot of weight. A gram is not a lot of weight at all. So a milligram is 1,000 grams. Again, so that's a milligram would be 1,000th of a gram. So that is next to nothing at all. Not even a feather. A gram may be a feather, a gram, and a milligram is maybe a little piece of that feather in your hand. Now, we go to, again, if you look at here, we have grams, milligrams, thousandths, and then we have kilograms. That is 1,000 grams. That's not thousandths, that's 1,000 grams. So in 1 kilogram, we have 1,000 grams. So you may think, wow, a kilogram is huge. But remember, I said a gram may weigh about as much as a feather. Do you think if you had a pillow full of 1,000 feathers, that would weigh? That's probably about what some of you guys may have. It probably weighs about a kilogram. And just to put things into perspective, a kilogram is about a little over 2 pounds. Now, you guys know what a pound is. So a kilogram is just a little over 2 pounds. What around here is probably a little bit over 2 pounds. Well, if I had this filled up with water, that'd be a little bit over 2 pounds. That's about what a kilogram is. Not too bad. So what we're going to do now is we are going to convert milliliters to liters. You see that a milliliter is less than a liter, a milligram to grams to kilograms, and then the lesson's going to be done. So why don't we do a question or two? You may have already seen this question if you did your assignments. If you did not, then you got a freebie. So it says Lewis needs 8 liters of apple juice. He has 5 milliliters of juice. Does Lewis have enough apple juice? So you can see right here, and I hopefully you guys did this. We see that we started out with liters. That's the bigger unit. We started out with liters. And then it's asking us, does Lewis have enough apple juice? Because he has 500 or 5,000 milliliters. So we need to convert the bigger unit of measurement, which is liters, into a smaller unit of measurement, which we know is the milliliters. Well, we all know that 1 liter, as you can see right here, 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. So how many milliliters do you think 8 liters is? 8 times 1,000 would be 8,000. 8,000 milliliters is what, let me back this up a little bit. 8,000 milliliters is equal to 8 liters. And old Lewis here, he only has 5,000 milliliters. Oh, I put millimeters here. So I'm thinking about length. Milliliters. So he only has 5,000. And it says, does Lewis have enough? No, I know he does not have enough. 8,000 minus 5,000 equals 3,000. So Lewis does not have enough apple juice. He needs another 3,000 milliliters. Final answer. You notice how, once again, we converted the larger unit, the liters, over to the smaller units by multiplying. Okay, let's take a look at a couple more questions here that some of you guys already knocked out of the ballpark. Okay, so I love this right here. Tell me what metric unit you would use to measure each. Medicine in a pill. Now, medicine in a pill, I know most pills are solid. They're not liquid. So medicine in a pill, and I know a pill, usually they are very, very small. So I'm going to say probably a milligram. We're not talking liters here. We're talking a gram, something that we put on a balance back and forth. So I would say a milligram here, since we're not talking about liquid. We are talking about a solid. Ink and a pen. Oh, that's funny. I just said that before. Ink and a pen. I would probably measure that in milliliters. Milliliters. Just like I took that hot cup or sip of coffee, or that hot sip of coffee, excuse me, and that sip of coffee is probably about how much ink that we have in a pen. So I would say milliliters, since we are dealing with liquid here. The mass of a pencil. Oh, the first thing that I'd see is mass. The mass of a pencil. So I know if we're dealing with mass, we're dealing with grams. Now say the mass of a pencil would probably be a gram, a couple grams, maybe a couple grams. So absolutely, that'd be grams. Now, to finish this lesson off, let's take a look at, there's the one that I circled that I want to show you guys. Let's take a look at this one right here. A cardboard box has a mass of 800 grams. When 4 books of equal mass are put into the box, the filled box has a mass of 8 kilograms. What is the mass of each book in grams? Grams. So we started out with grams, that's how much the box weighs. And then once he puts all 4 books in the box, then it weighs 8 kilograms. But it's asking us, what is the mass of each book in grams? So we're gonna have to do some conversion here, aren't we? From kilograms to grams. So how many kilograms, how many grams are in 8 kilograms? 8 times 1,000 grams, because we know there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram, is 8,000 grams. These are the grams. So we know that when the box is full, it is 8,000 grams, or 8,000 grams, because 8 kilograms equals 8,000 grams. Now we need to subtract 800 grams because that's the weight of the box. It is not asking us what is the weight of the box and the books. It is saying what is the mass of each book. So I'm going to go 8,000 grams minus 800 grams. And for the sake of this lesson, I'm going to write down the difference. You guys, I'm sure, could figure it out. It is going to be 7,200 grams. 7,000. Oh, is that my final answer? Is that my FA? No, it's not. So what I'm going to do is, I know that there were, how many books? What did it say? Oh, there were 4 books. So these are the weight of the books right here, 7,200 grams. So I'm going to need to divide that by 4. I probably need a bigger piece of paper for that. So I'm going to say 7,200 grams divided by 4, the level 4, equals what? I'm going to underline my 7 here. Can I get a 4 out of a 7? Yes. How many times? 1. 1 times 4 is 4. I have 1, 2, 3 digits that are not underlined. So I'm going to bring those up there. I'm going to drop them right back down because 1,000 times 4 is 4,000. I'm going to subtract that. 0, 0, 2, 3. Okay. Can I get a 4 out of a 3? Can I get so I'm going to underline the next digit. Can I get a 4 out of a 32? Yeah. Yes, I can. Yes. How many times? Well, since I know my multiplication, I know that 4 times 8 is 32. So I can get a 4 out of a 32 8 times. So my last underlined digit was a 2. I'm going to bring straight up. 8. There's 2 digits that are not underlined. I'm going to bring them up. 8 times 4 is 32. You bring your, bring those digits right back down. And then 8 times 4 is 32. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of various ages. No remainder. So am I done? Am I done? No. I subtract that because I have my partial quotients up here. I have to add those up. 1,800 grams for each book is my final answer, my FA. Okay. Now what you're gonna probably have to do is you're probably gonna have to go back and look at parts of these videos over again, maybe a couple of times. I just refresh your memory on how to do long division the way that we learned it in class. But this is where, if I lost you when we started long division, go back and see how I set that up. If I lost you during the long division, rewatch that. That's the way that you guys are going to understand how to complete these lessons. So that concludes our lessons on the metric units of capacity and mass. I can't wait to see you guys in the next lesson. Y'all take care.